Oh! I thought you had him there, Nathan. I thought you had him.
Welcome to Pop Along RC, and as you know, we are racing Kevin Talbot, Tom Lee RC, RC Kicks, and many other YouTubers in an up-and-coming TT02 race. So hopefully you've seen a video of Mark building the TT02. Well, this week I took my one out for a little test run and put it up against some much faster cars. So in the field today we had several TT01s, all kitted up with oil-filled shocks. And the star of the show today was the TT02S, driven by Nathan. Now Nathan is quite an experienced driver, he's been at the club for a while. So Nathan was definitely by far the fastest car on the track today. He was running his hopped up TT02 and I was running the box stock TT02 as we're going to be running at the YouTuber race. Big shout out to Zach today for capturing the footage of the cars going round. Obviously when Mark's not about and it's just me at the track, I need to rely on other people to capture the footage so that we've got content to share. So let's take a closer look at the car that Nathan was running and see how it compares to the stock car. So TT02, this one is looking a little bit different. So on this one, upgrades we have got are oil-filled shocks, so the 50mm yeah racing shocks. Shock tower, what's different there?
It's carbon fibre.
Carbon fibre shock tower, carbon fibre top deck, alley drive shaft through there, adjustable turnbuckles for toe and camber. Interestingly though, you're stuck with the original steering Ackerman in there.
Yep.
Any other changes we need to know about?
68 spur and a 26 pin, a core 21 motor, and then I'm running 24 tyres.
24 tyres, so you have got plenty of grip out there. So that's quite tight now, it's really nice compared to mine over here. So if we just spin this round, look how much slop's in there, a lot different. As you can see there, the TT02 hopped up is on another level. The amount of adjustments you can make to the camber, the toe, and the lack of slop that you've got actually within the steering is a much more refined piece of kit. That being said, considering this is a very cheap entry-level car, straight out the box, the only thing we've changed is the bearings, I can't really grumble with how this car was going round. I do think if I had oil-filled shocks, which is an upgrade that I'm going to be getting, then I definitely think I would be a little bit more competitive. And another simple change as well, changing the pinion to change the gearing to give me a little bit more speed. And you know what, I don't think I'd be far off the pace with this car. This gave me a really good idea of how the car's going to handle and perform, but it also gave me the opportunity to be a bit difficult on the track and give Nathan the opportunity to practice his racecraft, practice his overtaking. And you know what? I'm really pleased with how the stock car got on. Clearly it was slower down the straight because I'm running the stock gearing option, whereas his car was running slightly faster gearing. And you can see here from the footage that he was definitely the quicker car, and also it was able to carry a lot more speed through the turns. But how did the stock car get on the track? Well, do you know what? I am actually really impressed with how the car got around. It was a little bit bouncy, and that's due to the friction dampers. So yes, we've always said on the channel, get yourself some oil-filled shocks as your first upgrade. However, I was getting it round just fine against all the other cars which were running oil-filled shocks. So do you know what? There's nothing wrong with this car straight out the box. It is easier to drive if you do get the oil-filled shocks, but it's not the end of the world if you haven't got them. So overall on the day, I wasn't able to get the quickest times in the world. However, I was really pleased with some of the consistent laps that I was able to put in with this. and it performed pretty well. I think I ended up second overall. Running a slightly slower car gave me the opportunity to brush shells with some of the newer members to the club. But big shout out to Charlie. He's a real up and coming youngster. He was running his TT01 for the first time today, sporting a pop-along colour scheme. He started out with his Maverick Strada. He then went on to a second-hand MO3, which he's done some really good driving with, and he's now made the transition, the step into four-wheel drive. He has got himself a TT01E. His first outing with the car. Do you know what? There's a few little things that I'm going to help him with next week, just to tweak out to make sure that car is dialed in for racing, and he is going to be giving me some stiff competition in the coming months for sure. And again, I think it was Matt's first outing actually with his TT01, and again we had some nice battles on the track. Other things that you need to think about as well when you're racing, we are running for the YouTuber race the Audi shell. Now everyone should be running this shell. It doesn't have a spoiler on, which, do you know what, is really going to affect your grip at the back of the car, so therefore putting a spoiler on this car should help it perform a lot better. So really looking forward to seeing how I get on with this TT02 at the YouTuber race. I know Mark's feeling very confident that he could take the win. After my little performance with this car at the weekend, I'm also kind of thinking I'm going to be there or thereabouts. I still think Vinny, with his LMP experience, and he's a regular GT12 driver, he has got to be up there with one of the favourites. And obviously you've got Kev Talbot. You can never underestimate Mr. Talbot. So tyres that we're going to be using are these ones here. I've got them all bagged up for now. These are the A30 tyres, carpet spec tyres for some carpet racing. So massive thanks to everyone at the club for putting up with us when we've got the cameras out. You know what, the club's in a really good position at the moment. We've got lots of members, really good atmosphere, some really close competition. We've got the MTC Nationals there in a couple of weeks' time. There's still spaces available for that. I'm very tempted to try and get a Tamiya, maybe an MO3 or an MO7 up and running so I can compete in the front-wheel drive MTC Nationals. That's inspired by Adam Burgess making the A final and coming third at the last round of the MTC Nationals. So I do know that the Tamiya M chassis cars are competitive on the bigger stage. If you like what you see, like, subscribe, hit the old ding dong bell, and hopefully we'll see you trackside again soon.